Hi YouTube, Tim Unger here. In this video, we're going to evaluate expressions where we use the distributive property or PEMDAS to evaluate the expression. I'm going to start off by evaluating each expression just using PEMDAS, evaluating the parentheses first. Then I'll show you the distributive property, and I'll skip ahead after that and show you how to use Desmos. Okay, so let's look at number one. So we're going to evaluate the following expression, which is negative 2x times 3x plus y, and we're given that x equals 5 and y equals negative 2. All right, so first I'm going to do negative 2 times 5. I'm going to just substitute in the values of x and y. That's what I'm doing. Times 3. This 3 here, this 3x plus y is going to be in parentheses, so we'll do that first. Well, we're going to do 3 times 5 plus negative 2. Okay, so we'll leave this negative 2 times 5. And we're going to do what's in parentheses first. So we'll do 3 times 5, which is 15, because we have multiplication and addition here. We're going to do the multiplication first. So we're going to do 3 times 5 is 15 plus negative 2. Okay, we want to continue evaluating what's in parentheses. So we're going to add 15 and negative 2. And when we add numbers that have different signs in them, we're going to take the number that's further away from 0 on the number line, so the number that has the larger absolute value, and we're going to subtract the number that is closer on the number line. And we'll just keep these as positive numbers to start, and then whichever number is further away on the number line, whatever that sign is, we're going to make the difference of that sign. Now, since 15 is positive, when we do 15 plus negative 2, do 15 minus 2, we'll get 13, and that'll be a positive 13. But let's just show you. So we're going to do 15 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. Bring down the 1. We have a difference of 13. Again, 15 here is positive. That is the number that's further away from 0 on the number line. So we're going to take the sign of 15 for our difference. If this were positive 2 and this were negative 15, our difference would be a negative 13, okay? Or we'd make this negative 13. Okay, so we've got negative 2 times 5 times 15 plus negative 2, which is, we've already established that's 13. We've got a multiplication here and then a multiplication here. We're going to do multiplication from left to right. Negative times a positive is a negative number, so we have negative 10 times 13, which is going to give us a product of negative 130. So that's our solution to number 1, and we're done with that one. So I'm going to do 1 and 2, we'll do PEMDAS, and then 3 and 4. We will do evaluating with the distributive property, and then I'll show you 3 and 4 with Desmos as well. Okay, so let's just make a little separator here. We are going to evaluate 4x times, whoa, got a little bit, line went off a little bit there. Let's try this again. So we're going to do 4x times negative 3y plus 4. When x is equal to 12 and y is equal to 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in. So I'm going to do 4 times 12 times negative 3 times 9 plus 4. Okay, so we're going to evaluate this inner parentheses, which is this stuff. We're going to evaluate that stuff first, and then we'll move on with the rest of the problem. So we still got 4 times 12 on the outside. And then we're going to do the multiplication first inside the parentheses. So that's negative 27. 3 times 9 is negative 27. A negative times a positive, plus 4. Now we're adding numbers with different signs. Now the 27 here is further away from 0 on the number line. So we're going to take 27. We're going to subtract 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bring down the 2. So the difference is 23, but since the number further away from 0, negative 27, is negative, we're going to make this a negative 23. So we're going to write this as 4 times 12 times negative 23. Okay, so let's do 4 times 12 first. So I'm just going to set this up. We could do 4 times 12 or 12 times 4. I like 12 times 4. And let's walk you through that. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. So we got 48. Now we'll multiply by negative 23. And when we do that, we have a positive times a negative. Okay, so essentially what we're getting is we're getting 48 here now times negative 23. Okay, so let's do that. So 3 times 28, or 3 times 8 is 24, rather. And we bring up the 2, and then 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And then we do, well, let's move this over. So we got 144 there. Running out of room here. And then we do 2 times 8, so we got a 6. There's a 6 right here. And that's 24. So we bring up another 2. Cross this one out because you used it, but bring up another 2 here. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Let's add this all up. So we got 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. Bring up the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we got 1204, but again, we had a positive times negative, so it's a negative 1,204. Okay, so that's how to do the PEMDAS, do the parentheses first, and then walk your way through each of these. I think the distributive property is a little bit faster. Certainly PEMDAS is going to be a lot faster, but if you like doing it this way, do it that way. Right now, though, take a snapshot of these. I'm going to erase this stuff and move to problem 3 and 4. And I haven't said so already, but if you're going through the video and you are trying the problems and pausing the video and then watching me solve them, that's the best way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to erase this stuff. Boom. No, boom. There it's gone. And now let's move down to 3 and 4 here. Okay, and here we go. Okay, so this one, number 3, we're evaluating 6y times 3 plus 4x. The quantity 3 plus 4x. X is equal to negative 1. Y is equal to 7. Okay, so we're going to do the distributive property first. We're going to take 6y and multiply it by 3. Keep the addition here and do 6y times 4x, and then we'll plug in. So 6y times 3 gives me 18y, because 6 times 3 is 18. Then we have the y as well. So 18y. 6 times 4 is 24, so plus 24. And x times y, or y times x, is xy. All right, so we're going to plug in. So we have 18 times 7 plus 24 times negative 1 times 7. Okay, so as we go across, we'll do this multiplication first. We'll do 18 times 7. 7 times 8 is 56, so we're going to write the 6, bring up the 5. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 5 is 12, so that's 126. Okay, so that becomes 126. Okay, and then we're going to do 24 times negative 1 here. Well, that's just, plus a negative 24 times 7. Okay, and if we do negative 24 times 7, well, we can do 24 or negative 24 times 7. Just write it like this. A negative times a positive is going to be a negative. Okay, so 7 times 4 is 28. So we write the 8 down here, bring up the 2. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 2 is 6. So we have a negative 168 here. Okay, so plus negative 168. And we have 126 plus that. Now 168, we're adding two numbers with opposite signs. So 168 is further away from 126 on the number line. So we're going to take 168 and we're going to subtract 126. And then since 168 is negative, we'll make this a negative number. All right, so 8 minus 2 is, or 8 minus 6 is 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. And 1 minus 1 is 0. We don't have to write that. So our solution to problem 3 is going to be negative 42. Okay, so take a snapshot of that. Then I'm going to show you how to do it in Desmos. Okay, let's go and do it in Desmos. So Desmos graphing calculator is what I'm going to look up. Go to Desmos here, and we've got 6 times 7. 6 times in parentheses 7 times in parentheses, we've got 3 plus 4 times negative 1. Okay, and we get negative 42. Zoom in a little bit. We get negative 42 as our result. Now that was a lot quicker. So if you're taking the digital SAT, you can use Desmos. So if you have a problem like this on the digital SAT, I would recommend that you use Desmos. Okay, let's go back to problem 4. Problem 4 we'll do out using the distributive property, and then I'll show you Desmos. So we've got this expression negative 8x times the quantity 4 minus 2xy when x equals negative 3 and y equals negative 2. I'm going to do the distributive property first. So I'm going to do negative 8x times 4. So that's going to give me negative 32x. And then we're subtracting here. So we are subtracting negative 8x times 2xy. Negative 8 times 2 is going to be negative 16. And it's going to be x squared y. So negative 16 x squared y. All right, now notice here we're subtracting a negative. And when we do that, we can just change this to adding a positive. All right, so we can just make this a positive here. I don't have to write positive twice. Now I'm going to plug in. So I'm going to have negative 32 times negative 3 plus 16 times negative 3 squared times negative 2. So we're going to do the exponent first. So we'll just keep this as is. Okay. Negative 3 squared is a positive 9. So we have 16 times 9 times negative 2. Now we can speed this up a little bit, do our multiplications first. They're separated by an addition. We'll do that last. So if we just do our multiplications and then add what we get at the end, we'll be fine. So negative 32 times 3 is positive, so negative times negative is positive 96. Okay, plus, let's do 16 times 9. So 9 times 6 is 54. Bring up the 5. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 5 is 144. So we've got this here is this product here, and then we have to multiply that by negative 2. So times negative 2, well, that's 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 1 is 2, and the product, since we're multiplying a positive by a negative, is negative 288. So negative 288. Okay, so now we're adding two numbers on the number line that have different signs. Negative 288 is further away from 0 on the number line. So we're going to do 288 minus 96. So 8 minus 6 is 2. We're going to borrow from the 2 here, give to the 8. 18 minus 9 is 9. And then bring down the 1. So we get a negative 192, because the negative sign is on the number further away from 0 on the number line. So we're going to write negative 192 as our solution to problem 4. Okay, take a quick snapshot, and then I'll show you on Desmos. All right, to Desmos. So we're going to do negative 8 times, so negative 8 times negative 3 times, what do we got here? 4 minus 2 times negative 3 times negative 2. So 4 minus 2 times negative 3 times negative 2. And at the end, we end up with negative 192, just like we did before. Now, Desmos tip, let's say I did a bunch of problems, I want to clear them out. I can just go up to the gear here and click delete all. Okay, so Desmos is a good tool for the digital SAT. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Also, in the description will be a link to a teacher pay teacher's worksheet on this topic. If you want to support me, you can go there and get a copy for 99 cents. All right, hope to see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.